Welcome, Kingsmen, back to another Napoleon Total War 3 replay. This one was sent in by, well, I'm also blanking on his name in Discord, but it's not the same name as the Discord, so it's going to be kind of hard to tell. I will give a shout out to his name, even if it's in the comments. But we have a 3v3, which usually isn't as exciting, but in this one, guys, it's going to be exciting. There is a ton of cav on this battle. We have a Spanish-Denmark, Prussia army going up against France, and Poland. Now, Poland is starting out with some cavs super close. They have some lancers, which Poland kind of has a lot of expertise in. Going up against, well, Spanish cav isn't the greatest. Now, guys, Prussia is bringing 11 cav units. Which, if you know Prussia doesn't have the greatest quality of cav, but we start out with a cav charge, as these guys did not pull back in enough time. These hussars are getting charged in the back by some Polish lancers, and it's going to cause these guys to probably break. And it's going to be an amazing tactical battle win. But Prussia is rushing over a ton of cav. They're probably thinking they can crush Poland first, as Poland has a lot of cav, actually. High to be on the brow of this hill. And this countryside is gorgeous, guys. Totally gorgeous. Spain did lose some cav there. Both of them are broken. You know, if I have one thing, Spain doesn't have the greatest quality cav anyway. We have a bunch of infantry who cannot form, well, some of them can form square, who are going to be marching up. So Poland's going to have to choose wisely what they're going to attack and not attack. Thankfully, Denmark was kind of, you know, very aggressive with their cav, pushing them up. I think out of all these armies, I think Poland so far, of course France, all have the greatest quality of cav. So this is going to be very interesting. They have some horse artillery wisely pulling back as they are going to be outnumbered. They don't want to lose their cav. They were able to rout some Spanish cav early on without losing too many of their own units. Yeah, you can see they have 68 of 73. Now they're going to disappear. So Spain needs to push some cav up here. They don't want their men going in blindly. They already suffered one defeat. Like I said, there's a lot of cav play here, guys, so I'm excited to see what they're going to do with this cavalry. Whether it's scouting or just an epic cav battle on this very even field. I like the little hills here and there, which is going to provide some excellent field of play. This is a nice little rise in the hill. Just ever so slightly. It's just a very subtle rise. This should be very, very interesting. Who says you need 4 players on each side in order to have an epic battle, right? Prussia doesn't bring as many land units, which I think they're bringing some higher quality, possibly. Some musketeers, reserve musketeers, of course some some light infantry, and then some of this landwehr, which is it's more subpar. Massive unit sizes, but just not the greatest quality. They're wisely pushing up all their cav. They know that Poland has a lot of cav. If they can have overwhelming numbers, they can help. Spain, I think, is being a little hesitant now to push up a lot of their cav. They're kind of scared after Poland just like charged in headlong very aggressively. Looks like they're going to try to set up on this hill here. And Denmark's going to form up on the right. Now, Denmark does specialize in a lot more militia-type units, so they can bring tons of them. But I don't see a ton of infantry, so possibly they're going for a more elite army as well. We shall see. So this horse artillery is moving up, and they can take some pot shots at this Polish cav. Ooh, we have a general over here for Poland. This looks like a hussar unit. Still has these lancers falling back, making sure they're not going to get within bayonet range. And these lancers are pretty OP, guys, as far as lancers go. Prussia knows they have the numbers right now, so they're just going to keep pushing up. Because even if they don't have good quality units, if they have mass and can charge in the flank when a battle is started, then it's over. It's game over. Prussia is going to be pushed up on the right. They should make sure not to isolate themselves too much, because here comes France. And France, let me tell you, France will bring some pretty OP units. They have some hussars over here. Kind of no one really forming up in battle. They have this little hill, which looks like Prussia is going to take. And Prussia is just pushing. It looks like Poland, instead of some horse artillery, going to start doing a little bit of artillery dueling. And this is going to be more of a cav battle, or artillery and cav battle than anything for right now. I think they're trying to hit this artillery before it unlimbers. What? Oh, wow. What a lucky hit. They hit the general of this cav unit. First shot. What are the odds? Oh, they're going for a cav charge? Yes, they are. This is a very bold move. I am very surprised they're doing this. These guys can form square, and they see it coming. Push up your cav. They're going to totally charge your guns. Yep, they're going to charge up their cav. Nope. It's... Oh, man. Okay, they do have cav guys, and they have infantry. I don't think it's going to work very well. Now they're going to charge in the flank of these cav. As you can see, Denmark's going to get charged in the flank, but they're going to charge in more, and they're going to charge in just like a constant wave. They are stopped over here. Infantry are going to be shooting in, and ooh, Poland is not looking the greatest now, as Denmark has the numbers, but they're going to throw in some more cav, which means that Prussia is going to throw in more cav, which means that Prussia's going to... Poland and maybe France is going to throw in more cav and see who's going to win. Yep, they're charging these Polish cav. Looks like Poland is actually losing here, and Poland should probably try to run. Poland, do not throw your troops in. This is... Okay. I mean, they could win this. Prussia doesn't have the greatest cav here, and you can see they're going to break these Prussian cavalry, but Denmark's going to send in some more cav, and as well as Prussia, so if they can eliminate most of Poland's cavalry, then it'll be over, and this bunch of troops over here, which is mainly just cavalry, is going to be in a bad place. Unfortunately, France was not close enough to help out here, as now this decent unit from Poland is going to get surrounded and probably going to rout. Unfortunately, these Lancers are going to rout. They're not good in prolonged melee. Ooh, they did send in some more cav. Looks like they're not giving up without a fight, and if they can rout all these 4 units of Poland, or of, sorry, Denmark, it'll be over, but it looks like they are losing out here. Unfortunately, they probably should have pulled back when they had a chance, as now they're just going to lose all of their cavalry. And this is a alliance of Denmark, Prussia, and Spain victory here. And now they can actually push for this horse artillery, which is going to be stuck here. But I think first they're going to try to make sure to clean up any of the Polish cav left. And Poland's just going to try to get out of there. I don't know if it's going to work, but here comes France. Now, France does have still the cavalry numbers. They have some... as you can see, some dragoons and whatnot, hussars. They're going to ensure that Poland can actually escape some of their cav. And Poland does still have some cavalry, so they're going to kind of stick out right here. If I were Spain and Denmark, I would have maybe pushed up, but if they want to play defensive, that's totally fine, as France is going to be pushing up here. No one's really taking out any artillery, so it's still kind of who's going to win this artillery duel. And Denmark and Spain have the artillery superiority right now. Poland does have some infantry that they could help make a stand. These grenadiers, wow. Oh, they're going to get picked apart, so they may want to, hide themselves. Ensure that no one can spot them. Yeah, they're good now. Sword artillery, I'm surprised didn't get charged during this whole cav engagement. Prussia, it looks like, is probably going to fall back a little bit, and that means that France may be able to actually take this little hill here. Let's put some artillery up there and just kind of start shelling the position. I don't know if Prussia brought any artillery, to be honest. I don't see any Prussian artillery, which is unfortunate. As artillery, then you can then make yourself sit back. Denmark is kind of forming up on a long line here. And Spain has an excellent position, so long as they don't have to be forced to attack. They can sit up here and just shell any opposition. It looks like Poland's not going anywhere. They're just going to sit here, and I think they can actually shell Denmark. But they are going to start getting shelled, although it's kind of hard. It's like a 99% chance that you will not get hit. It's like a 1% chance of actually getting hit when you're unlimbered. It's a very lucky artillery shot. So, maybe they want to just... I mean, they could try to force them up the hill. Maybe just try to hit some infantry, try filling out some infantry. Denmark is going to start feeling the wrath of this horse artillery. But like I said, guys, they have 3... Let's see, that's 7 7 guns shooting on their position. And Denmark has another 2 guns, a 6-pounder, that is going to probably be trying to return fire against France. Now, I don't know where France's artillery is. But kind of stagnant right now. I don't think anyone wants to take the first shot. The Allies, as I'll call this Prussian, Spanish, Denmark force, the Allies, or the Coalition, because that's usually what was going up against France. The Coalition going up against the Alliance. The Coalition has the advantage when it comes to cav. They routed a ton of Polish cav. It looks like actually Prussia may be trying to go for some artillery here, as these guys are starting to get shelled into oblivion. Not hitting a whole lot. They've lost only 3 men, but they're going to start being kind of concerned from all this artillery that is just trying to drive them away. They're kind of using this. Actually, I think they're trying to go for some Denmark artillery. So a lot of artillery sniping. Oh, and there's a cav charge from Prussia. France was not paying attention. None of these guys from 4 square. They're going to hit multiple units at once in the flank. And, oof. I'm not expecting them to start wavering, to be honest. That was, well, like I said earlier, Prussian cav isn't the greatest, guys. Prussian cav is not the greatest at all. It is terrible morale, as you saw right there. They charged them flank. They didn't get volleyed. Here is this big gun. I believe this is a general, too, so this is going to be interesting. So they are going to start punching holes in some cav, and that's going to cause, ooh, this is an excellent cav to go after, too. I believe this is a general. So that's an excellent cav to go after and make them kind of fall back a little bit. I mean, Prussia has pushed their cav out a lot, and I want to see someone do something. Someone needs to make a move here. You can't just sit here shelling it. Kingston demands blood. Kingston demands the blood. Spill something. Do it for the views. Right. Okay, this artillery is no longer firing. They may be limbering up. Or they may have run. I don't know. We have some grenadiers. I guarantee you Poland is waiting way back. Now, France has got to know that they have an advantage when it comes to infantry. For the most part, unless they chose a bunch of terrible infantry, they have better quality infantry than any of these factions here. As long as they push up together, they would have this. I mean, you saw those cav did terrible against these guys. These guys can't form square, guys. So, oh, it looks like Denmark is like, hey, where's your artillery at? Where are you at? Huh? Okay, so they did rout this artillery. Yeah, they did. And Poland is hanging way back here. There's the artillery, so they pulled them back. Interesting. That's not actually a bad idea. Because then it's going to force maybe someone to push forward. France is going to get aggressive here with their infantry. None of these guys, some of these guys can form square. We have a general over here as well. And these guys are like, you know what? Prussia, they hold a grudge against them because they showed up in Waterloo and turned the tide, so they're going to defeat them in this battle. But Prussia is going to stand their ground. At least I hope they will. You know? You have Garde du Corps falling back. Like, okay, infantry, it's your turn. We did our thing. We sat and took the brunt of artillery fire. And it actually looks like Denmark and hopefully, I love to see allies working together. Yeah, so Spain and Denmark are going to push up. If Poland does not form up with their allies, they're going to get isolated. And then Prussia, what they got to do with some part of Denmark is just hold against France until they deal with Poland. And they actually push up some horse artillery. This is getting extremely aggressive. I better watch out because this French cav is just hovering. They're like, just make a mistake. Just make a mistake and they're going to make you regret it. I guarantee that Poland probably doesn't have a ton of infantry. They have some good infantry though. This is some really good infantry. It's like a small elite build is what it looks like. Sappers and grenadiers for the most part. So this will be very interesting. As over here, let's see this line battle kind of pop off. You know, I don't even need the mini-map almost. I'm gonna take that off. Look at this France has just decided they are going to go for it. Prussia's probably going to get off the first shot here. Make my day, Prussia. No? No one's getting the first shot off yet. And, actually, France is going to rush forward while they're moving and get their first volley. Excellent use of distracting them. And then getting the first volley. And it's going to cause a couple of these guys to drop. But not a whole lot. And now they're going to return the volley, and this battle over here is joined. Now, Prussia has an advantage in numbers, but they have terrible quality. So this is going to be a smaller French elite force going up against a weaker... Oh, I hear Cav. Interesting. So, okay. I think France thought that they were unprotected. So Denmark and Spain are going to push up on this small Polish force. That's going to probably force France to send some troops that way. And you can see, guys, it's kind of interesting. You have two different battles on two sides of the map. Now, they are... It's anyone's game, but as you can see, they are shaken already. Oh, man. This is bad. They need a general over here to inspire. However, I do like this. They are going to get aggressive, put the flank, get the extra firepower, and see if they can't push. Oh, no. This is the problem. This is why I don't like playing Prussia, guys. Because of this. They just started this line battle. And, yeah, the general's coming up here because he's like, "You idiots, hold, man. What are you doing?" It's like, it's just the French. There's 4 of them. I like how they're sticking them in 4s. I mean, these bunch of guys, honestly, are going to probably get annihilated at land where they're not going to do as good. Yeah. So Denmark and Spain are going full-on pushing. Pushing for Poland. And Poland, it just got a hold long enough for some reinforcements from France to show up. This is concerning already. And, yeah. Prussia needs to, honestly, what Prussia needs to do is put these guys into smaller lines. They're kind of too stretched out, which is why they're just breaking so fast. You got to bunch them up. I know you want the firepower, but these guys aren't even shaken. You know, they're tired, maybe, and winded. I want to see this nice close volley. These are some good quality Prussian infantry, actually. Oh, see, they're going to fall back. But come on. Come on, make Kingston's day once again. Pour the volley in. Oh, yeah. That's what we're talking about. So artillery is going to start softening up this right flank. These guys are steady, wavering. This could cause a massive chain rout as these guys... Oh, man. Yeah, Prussia is going to need to use their cav if they want to make this a realistic... If they want to make that a reality. Okay, so now Denmark has taken Poland's cannon position. They're lining up to face off with some French infantry as well as Spanish infantry going up against Poland. Poland should just fall back. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Prussia does have some cav way back here. Some hussars. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I really want to see Prussia use their cav more aggressively. I don't see any French cav here. Yes, they can form square, but force them to form square. Get nice and close. Force them to form square. They will not be as effective. So France is in a little bit of trouble. They're getting outgunned. I'm surprised these guys have held on as long as they have. The general must be using everything he can to keep these Prussian infantry in the fight, but they're about to break, guys. I'm calling it now. They're going to break soon. Looks like, yeah, this is concerning. This is an excellent position for this artillery from France. They are just going to start shooting into the side of this Prussian line. Over here now, Denmark is trying to protect their cannons and sending some cav in, which they don't have to worry about friendly fire. Now, sometimes, unfortunately, some people, I'm not saying Poland's doing it, but sometimes they'll click through your infantry to try to get to the cannon, so they'll run. But not here, because they are all gentlemen here. And they're going to hold their ground. Denmark saved their guns. Send some cav over here. Your ally, Prussia, is going up against probably 2 factions of France, and they are doing terrible. Yeah, so there is some cav and more infantry. I'm going to make a prediction. Alright? Now, maybe they prove me wrong. I think Prussia's going to lose. That's my prediction. Where do I hear someone charging? Oh, so Poland did try to go in for the guns again. Didn't get a whole lot done there. Now Denmark is lining up, squaring off against France. They're going to have a line battle, and look at this. Actually, they traded pretty good. So, get some cav, ease them up here. There's a perfect little gap here. Uh-oh. Oh, this is bad. Fall back your line. Fall back, Prussia. Prussia needs to fall back a little bit. And just fall back totally. I'd fall back to this hill. Sacrifice. I don't know actually how to do in this position. This is why I hate Prussia. Prussia's infantry shouldn't be this weak. You know. Okay, so Denmark's getting very aggressive here, pushing up on France, and France is gonna get kind of isolated here because Spain's gonna come over now and help, and Poland may have to come to the help of their ally who came to help them out. As Spain is now going to send up more troops, and hopefully Denmark's going to try to send up more troops. All right, so this is bad. Landwehr are going to break so fast, especially when they're getting flanked. This is going to cause them to waver because their flank is exposed and they're getting shot in the flank. But here comes some Prussian cav. I hope. Please tell me. Okay, no, they're going in for a cav charge against France, who Crusader and a general is going to try to rout them. Now, if they get the flanking charge, which I hope they do, this is bad for France. Now, France may be winning this line battle, but if they lose this cav battle, this is bad. This is really bad for them, and they are losing. Now, they got to break Prussia fast enough. These heavy cav from France may be able to hold their own for a little while. I'm really surprised these guys aren't going for a flank. I think they're actually going in for some cav here on the back lines. See, Prussia just is not going to be able to square up against France. Okay, so they used it as distraction, and they're actually going to go in and hammer this French infantry here. Excuse me. Hitting them in the back is going to cause a lot of them to break. Excellent use of their cav, which they have a lot of, 11 units. Which is actually going to cause a lot of these guys to break. Which is actually excellent because now they're going to get a chance to retreat their infantry, fall back. Some cav going in on these lights. Excellent use of picking out the target that you want. They're going to break them. Over here, it looks like France could be getting isolated here. They're able to hold their own a little bit because France is France. And France can just do retarded things like hold on for forever. They just have crazy morale. But they are going to get surrounded. They probably should fall back. Over here, things are looking good for Prussia. Hitting this whole line of infantry causing them to break, which is going to help them out. Now, they did lose all their cav over here on this flank, but they were able to save their infantry intact, and they're going to be able to fall back, reunite with some some Denmark and some Spanish infantry. Now, this cav is getting attacked by some Denmark. Oh, no, it isn't. This infantry is getting attacked by Denmark, which they cannot form square. This is, unfortunately, kind of an exploit of sorts. You can let your guys just keep shooting when they're in melee, and it'll just shoot them. Here we go. So Poland knows they have to attack. They have some really good units that can have extremely good accuracy. They need to push on Spain. Spain knows it too, so they're forming up. But wisely, France, they lost a lot of guys here, so they are falling back. They know when they're outgunned, and they're going to fall back, let the artillery try to do some damage here. It looks like Denmark's still throwing in some more cav, trying to break these infantry, and they're going to break now. The center's cleared up. And France still has some infantry here. But Poland, not Poland. Prussia is the two that start with the P. It's going to throw me off. Dyslexic brain, you know. So Spain and Prussia are going to form up, and they got to use their superior numbers now to beat this French army. Which it looks like that's what they're going to do. Over here, Denmark is going to keep pushing, and Denmark actually may be evenly matched just because of their numbers against Spain. And, France. Spain was getting ready to square up with Poland. Poland's like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna. What they should do is just swing around and join in the line battle, maybe over here with France, or they could just wait. If they wait long enough for these allies, this coalition, to engage France, that could go in their favor. So they definitely have the numbers over here. Now that Spain has joined this massive army, this line battle, they're going to force France to push to them because France has the advantage when it comes to the infantry, as I said before. But I think that Denmark is trying to bring them in so their artillery can wreak havoc, and they're not getting flank fired by this gun from France. As you can see, Denmark is going to be able to get a flanking fire on this column, or this line, which is going to even the battle in their odd. I can't talk. First day off, guys. I can't talk. So they're going to even the odds on that line battle. Denmark is going up again. They are not getting the first shot, unfortunately, which means that it's going to be a little bit fighting uphill now. Spain kind of just watching Poland over here. Send some cav on this flank just to keep an eye on them. And then, yeah, just swing around and flank them. France doesn't have a lot of artillery, but these guns right here, these 12-pounders, should be trying to even the odds over here. Not shooting over here. Shoot over here. Look how close this is. They're going for the flank, of course, which is causing them to like, they should fall back to like right here, because then artillery can shoot right on the flank, the whole line. Over here, I think that Prussia and Spain are going to make their stand here now. They have the hill advantage. They have the numbers once again because Spain showed up. And Denmark has a bunch of infantry here. I think Spain may be trying to do a second line for morale. They have some cav, which isn't the greatest cav to kind of defend their flank. I would not have this land war over here. They can't form square. If these hussars push up, they're dead. I would have, while reforming, maybe they're sending some of these guys who can't form square. Yeah, maybe they're sending these guys over here to defend that flank. So yeah, you can see these guns are doing work on Denmark. Oh, look, they got an excellent flanking unit over here. Some light infantry. They're going to do execution on these Denmark infantry, and they're getting shot to pieces by this 12-pounder. So while Spain is marching Poland, which should have gotten to the fight already, they need to. If they coordinate with France, they can squash this army. They just got to coordinate. So France is sending up a lot more cav. That is something they have a lot of advantage-wise. They have a general that's going with them, and they're going to sneak through these trees and see if they can't go up against. That's an excellent use of the pikes or spikes. I love it. So this line battle is going to go off. Let's see. We will see pretty quickly who's going to win. These guys are active. They are winded. They have been walking a lot. They're the ones going up against these winded and active and tired Prussians in Spanish. So we have a lot of cav from Spain. Oh, they are going in for. Oh no! Please form square. Please form square. Oh no! Denmark was not paying attention, and now these guys are going to go for. These dragoons are going to go in for these pretty decent. These are some good Denmark infantry guys, and they got caught not able to form square. That was an excellent use of these infantry. Now these guys can't form square at all, and now the cav are going to either go in for the flank charge on these volunteers. Yes, they are. Oh no, these dragoons are going to wreck this whole line. Oh no. Oh no. This is huge for France. So it looks like, yeah, Poland is going to try to form up. Oh wow. So Spain is not doing the greatest. Now, Spain, Denmark, and Prussia are not the greatest factions in the game, in my opinion, unless you know how to play them. Poland's not the greatest faction unless you know how to play them, but France is a very straightforward faction, so there's no surprise there that France would do excellent. Ooh, here's some Polish Legion. I love it. Going up against Spanish up on the hill. But they are going to start wavering. They have the hill advantage. Oh, I didn't miss the cav charge. So Prussia probably is going to lose their cav. But they did break actually a lot of French cavalry. France may actually lose this. This is a general, by the way, from Prussia. They're sending in their general. I'm not sure why. Because if Prussia loses their general, that is huge. Just let these guys form square. Watch your back. I would not throw in my general. So we still just have the two battles going on opposite sides of the map. Anyone could still take this, but I have a feeling it's probably going to be France definitely probably has the advantage now. Wisely, France is going to try to push up so that Poland can actually join the fight, because Poland needs to get in this fight. It's been basically France taking on all three factions. The sappers and grenadiers are going to move up, see if they can't pick off these guys on the flank, and France needs to Spain needs to readjust the lines. They're going to get shot in the flank. So it would appear. Oh no! Please, please! This is a general. Form square. Oh. So they are forming square, and that's actually going to cause this general probably to die. This is not a very good use of your general, folks. Nay, that's a nay when it comes to using your French general. That was not the wisest move. Now, of course, these land war are going to start breaking on this right flank. Oh, this could end up being a death of Ney. It's still anyone's game, guys. Now there's not a whole lot of cav left. It's just, oh man. Oh man, who's going to win this? Oh, so they formed squares, some cavalry in from France, some dragoons, but Spain was watching for it, so they were able to form square and repulse that charge. Poland, get in there. It doesn't matter at this point. It's all or nothing. Get in this battle. Put some pressure on Spain. These guys are elite. It's 5-on-4. They can do this. And this cav keeps trying to go in, but these guys can form square. And that's going to not be a very good thing for France. Now, France is circling around. This artillery from Spain, I hope, is going to be trying to even up the odds. I don't know if they're even firing. I hope they are. I hope they can reach. Over here, it actually looks like France is going to be in trouble. They have finally been isolated enough to where they're going to have to start falling back. They have lost their cav. Their general, Ney, almost tied. And so now they are going to be beating their retreat. Artillery is going to hopefully try to even these odds. Who knows, though? I think that they're going to have to fall back and see what happens over here first. I would just fall back at this point. Let France crush this Denmark-Spanish force first. And Poland needs to get in this fight. I mean, I know they're outnumbered a little bit, but if they just engage these guys, I think they could win. Unless these are like super, super good infantry. Which I don't know Spain at all. So I don't know. These may be good infantry for all I know. Maybe Poland knows something I don't. Ooh, that's an excellent placement of artillery. Start evening the odds because they need to win on this side. If they are going to win. It needs to be right now. Let's see them get a hole punched in this line. I killed like 2 of them. I'm over here. France is still in trouble, and now, I mean, maybe both sides can fall back and just see what happens on this side. Denmark should start pushing some troops over here to help out this flanking force. I mean, no one's really taken this. This has been very, very close. And it looks like Poland finally is going to get in the fight. They need to get in the fight. Like I said, these are some excellent units, and they haven't really lost a whole lot of troops. Nope, falling back again. They're fresh. They're fresh. You know, they can take on. They just swing around a little bit to the flank here, start shooting. Because France needs them. France really needs this infantry to help them out with this fight. Oh man, this is unfortunate. Denmark needs to follow these guys back a little bit. And now Prussia is going to be pushing now. That's so beautiful. And hopefully they're going to now get some shots off. Beautiful, beautiful shots. And the sky is just so realistic in this game. So Denmark is kind of being pushed really hard, especially with this artillery doing so much damage. And this is the infantry you want to go after with this artillery, because look at this. It can just go down the line and just do a ton of damage to a ton of infantry at once. I still don't know who's going to take this. Yeah, so Spain's going to push up their artillery, which is going to probably even these odds. This artillery from Denmark is hitting this flanking force of of France. And, we got some artillery from France. The 12-pounders who are going to be punching holes. Oh my goodness, did you guys see that? Oh my goodness. Rip. These infantry. So now it looks like, ooh, interesting. These pioneers are going to be shooting on the flank of France. I hear some cav. What? This is huge. Dragoons charging the back of this Prussian infantry. This could change the whole course of this line battle, guys. Oh my goodness, that is huge. We're talking some, like, game-altering charges here, guys. I mean, look at this. Where's the general from Prussia? He needs to rush. Oh, here's some more cav. Oh, they're forming square, so this is... Oh, no. That was an excellent formation here. But charging the infantry while they're in square, because actually, for those of you who don't know, infantry that are in square do not do well in melee against other infantry. So, oh, it looks like actually France sent some cav, went in after the Denmark artillery? No, it's right there. And there's still some Spanish infantry here, my goodness. So, Spain's pushing up some cannon, trying to even the odds here, and everybody's just staring each other down over here now. It's like they're just all waiting for the artillery to get in position. Yeah, so they did a bayonet charge on the Spanish infantry. Unfortunately, they're probably going to be very exhausted, and this is going to go badly. They probably had a run up, and they should have tried to choreograph that a little better. But, you know, you can't do everything. Oh, some cav going in from France trying to even the odds. I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, France just went full on for a bayonet charge because they broke this whole line. And now this whole line is shifted. France can still win this. I mean, they're going to get a volley on these guys. These cav are going in, ensuring that these guys are going to break. And I think France may actually win on this flank. I mean, there's still some Spanish infantry over here. But look at this. Oh my goodness, this is huge. Well done by the French player, choreographing with their, being like super on par with their cav. And now France, or Spain, is going to start breaking. Charge them now. Charge this infantry with your infantry. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. And bayonet charge by both sides. Spain is going to break, and France has won on this flank. Now France, I would say, can push. Poland push, France push. They won over here. You don't have to worry about them coming in on your flank. You know? There's still some artillery. Where's the Spanish artillery? Did they lose it? No, it's right here. So, interesting. I would just stick them on the flank here. Infantry protecting them. But, I really did not know that if France was going to pull this off. I mean, they lost a lot of guys here. They're pretty weak, but they did break. With that cav, they did break Prussia. So now, anyone's game here. They've re-engaged this battle. This is a weak side. If Poland were to just push up, they could turn this whole flank. That's 2 infantry. If they push up here and here, they'll be firing the flank of these guys and have 3 on 2. I think they could do it. These cav are not someone to really fear, especially since you can't form square. So, not sure what France's game is here, but they better watch out because, ooh, what, they're retreating? That's a good target though. So now France has decided they're going to start pushing on the flank here of Spain and Denmark. Now Denmark has some artillery still here, which they're trying to use, I think, to even the odds. Oh, that's a perfect hit for Denmark to go after. And this French artillery actually could take out Spanish artillery very easily. They're still limbered up. Alright. So Poland has kind of been scared to fight, but they need to get in this fight. Let's be honest here. Oof. Their cav actually could take on this Spanish cav too. And now Spain is kind of in a fishhook of sorts. And, okay, so Spain is also sending over troops here, and they need to push on a flank. They need to even these odds. I mean, they are winning over here. These chasseurs are starting to waver. They're very tired. There's not a whole lot of them left. There's 17, 16, I believe. Artillery on both sides. Okay, so finally Poland, I believe, is pushing up, and they're going to start shooting. Spain is falling back. Oh, France is losing on this side. I hear some cav going in, though. This cav has been super deadly in the past, and they are now going to attack these Spanish troops in the flank. They're going to break some more Spanish. This cav is just so deadly. It has just been turning every flank that the Allies have had. They need to try to break it. They're going to lose this infantry and possibly this infantry. No, they won't. This cav's going to get away. They're wavering. They can still reform. Put these guys in the flank.
Our men are running.
No, they lost them. Oh, Spain went in for a charge against Poland and broke them with their heavy dragoons. Or that's not even heavy dragoons. These are just regular light dragoons. That was an excellent charge. They probably weren't paying attention. But now they have the flank on Poland, and they have a Polish general. This is a C8 guy, or C6, sorry. C6. They could definitely take this general if they pushed up. And the nice thing is, oh man, this cav has just been sitting back here, and it's 111 cav. Who's charging? Oh, we have some cav. No, some infantry, some sappers going in against Spain, and oh no, Poland is losing on this flank. It looks like, yep, they tried going in for it, and now they're just going to hit some guys who cannot form square, and Poland's in a lot of trouble, actually. They probably will beat off this cav, but they are going to lose more troops. Look at that. These grenadiers should not be breaking, but they may. Okay, they managed to break them. These guys are wavering. France is coming into the rescue. Thankfully, there were some reserves from this coalition. And, so Denmark is forming into more columns because their men are wavering. They're trying to hold, and France just is so... They have chasseurs. They have some light infantry here. Look at... This is actually kind of a cool-looking unit. But they have flanks. They have a flank over here, so this coalition needs to hurry up and try to finish France. Oh, they went in with some cav again. These guys were not forming square, but they may still rout these cavalry as they threw in some cav as well, I believe. Yeah, they did. I still think that, yeah, they need to deal... Oh, it's a... No. What? It's a general. Okay, so they went in, making sure that they can't go for this artillery. And this cav should actually get in the fight. You know, protect your guns, sure, but come on. The guns aren't what's going to be winning the game now. You need to... Oh, it looks like Denmark went in for a bayonet charge. Excellent use in France, or Spain is using this opportunity before France arrives to kind of form up and try to turn this flank. This artillery over here could try to use some canister shot here. You may want to go for bayonet charge. Use some L3. Oh, man. France is just barely hanging on by a thread here, guys. And this has just been so close the whole time. So, these guys can form squares. So, this cav needs to get around behind them and force them to form square or something. This artillery needs to focus on those reinforcements. They need to focus on these guys. Looks like actually Spain is going to reform now. They've turned the whole flank. They went in for... Denmark went in for a bayonet charge, turning the whole flank of French artillery. And now, oh my goodness, Spain pushed up so well that France is now breaking. Look at this. They just have lost so many men. They are just breaking, and now this coalition can turn. This artillery is still alive. I'm really surprised, and they haven't jumped in the guns yet. It looks like Poland is on their own, and France is now pushing up to try to save their French ally who has 4 units left. One is extremely weak. These guys held up pretty good considering how many men they have left. And they're just going to fall back, and Denmark can swing around the flank. Oh, look out for some cav and a counter cav charge, I hope. Oh, no, they're going in for it. These guys are going to fight it out. These guys are active. These guys are fresh. If Spain manages to win this cav charge, they then can push. Yep, they can push for the artillery. Push for the artillery, or go for these guys who cannot form square. It doesn't really matter. I would just push up and take out this artillery. I think that the French alliance does not have what it takes now. Their infantry are tired, their reinforcements are exhausted and depleted, and yeah, they're starting to break as this Denmark artillery, I believe, is shooting the flank of this. Yeah, okay, so the cav charge going in. No, they're not. They're probably really tired, but I think they're just trying to ensure that this French faction does not come back. They are falling back. I think France is trying to rejoin with their ally. This artillery can still try to even the odds here. Oh man, this battle has been stinking intense. Over here, even if Denmark wins, or even if Poland wins, I don't think it's going to do very much. It's 2 units. Maybe Spain just needs to push back a little bit. They don't even have to engage Poland at this point. So it's the running game. France over here, I think fate has been sealed. But oh man. Yeah, they're getting shot really up. They're getting shot up by this artillery over here. We have some more cavaliers, maybe trying to cover the retreat for their army. Oh, it looks like it's going to be a cav charge. Yes, it is. Cav charge, cav charge. And let it begin. Oh my goodness. This artillery may actually... No. This General Ney has fought long and hard, but I think it's over. And now,
We have killed their general, sir.
yeah, I believe Ney is dead as well. And this French faction did all they could. They won over on this side. They really tried. They're going to lose their artillery, and it is up to Little Poland and a little French army, which looks like they're actually going to go in for a bayonet charge. I think at this point they're like, it's over, let's just fight like men. Oh, actually, that's an excellent bayonet charge. They may break this line. And actually, they are shaking this Spanish line. Look at this. These Grenadier Legion are starting to actually break the Spanish. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was an excellent bayonet charge. Considering how much Spain actually had, these guys are very tired, so it's not going to go very well for them. I think actually Spain is losing in Oh man, Poland is making some huge gains now. But here comes Spain on this side. I think it's going to be too many as they have infantry who are going to... They have too much infantry. I'm going to fast forward here a little bit as you can see, ooh, going for a bayonet charge. I think Poland is saying it's now or never. And yes, they are. They are going to go in for a bayonet charge, try fighting it out. I don't think it's going to work. They are wavering already. There's a general nearby for Spain who is probably going to inspire these guys. And these guys are going to be very tired and be running up. Oh no. Okay, this general needs to inspire these guys because they can pull this around. Because if not, then Spain has lost on this flank. Who's going to win? Oh, so Poland barely pulled it off. Denmark is pushing up with whatever's left of Spain to fight. These guys are stubborn. I'll tell you what. France has been very stubborn this whole game. So Poland did rout, and that is it for Poland. Like I said, now I'm going to fast forward because I think it's just these units here. There's an artillery over here. Cav went in for a bayonet charge, and the Cav charge going to crush as France is just going to break. And now it is just taking out this artillery. But well played on both sides. It was actually a very close battle. The coalition of Spain, I didn't think they had what it... I didn't think they were going to take it, to be honest. I thought they were going to lose. And now we just have a bayonet charge or cav charge to deal with this artillery, and it will be over. I hope, yeah. Whoever it was, I believe Spain. So Anderson, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry. It was either Denmark or Spain. Whoever it was. Thank you for the replay. If you'd like to send me a replay, I have my email in the link in the description as well as the Discord, so you can send me those. Stay tuned for future videos, guys. I'm going to be trying to do other things. Some more Napoleon Total War 3, as well as some maybe Shogun and all that. So thank you for joining me. You guys have a great rest of your day. I will catch you all in another video.